with the return of the FIGUARTS JJK line and its first announcement being freaking Toji, probably the most anticipated figure, and he looks amazing, including with the for real freaking Gojo head. He's just literally missing his blicky, and we all know why we need that.
Riko-chan.
So of course I'm getting on the hype train, and I want to show you guys the third-party things that I've gotten for the JJK line because it's been a deadline for a while. We'll start off with every figure I have though. So I have YUJI, Sukuna, a broken Yuta. Luckily I have a second one because I won a raffle. Megumi and Nobara because again I won a raffle. Extra Sukuna and YUJI because of said raffle. Finally this year I got Teenage Gojo and Geto. And for the only Figma I have is Gojo. Now for the FIGUARTS that I'm missing Todo, Gojo from the movie, and Geto from the movie. And the reason I'm still missing them is because the bread on these guys is insane. Now, going back to YUJI over here, for this being a 4-year-old figure, he is still pretty good. The articulation isn't that bad. I just have a personal problem because his right knee tends to pop off when I bend it. But hey, he has really good accessories. I think the faces are pretty good. I wish he did come with like a smiling head sculpt because he's not always this serious. Going back to the accessories, he comes with pretty cool ones. He have the Sukuna mouth on his hand, which is really cool. He has an extra faceplate of Sukuna, so you could recreate that. And if you have Sukuna, you have a faceplate of Sukuna talking shit on Yuji's cheek. Now, for the reason you guys are here, the Toy Spot makes a lot of accessory kits for the JJK line. They also make other accessories for other lines as well. First thing I ever bought from them was Yuta's manga's head sculpt, but it kind of broke, so whatever. Thanks to them, you can make your Yuji look like this to this. And Sukuna too, I guess. Now, these head sculpts were from the Shibuya incident arc, and they look pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I love the bloody up Itadori, because man, he was getting his shit rocked in that arc. They finally gave him a smiling head sculpt, which is really good, because that boy smiles, and like a derpy funny face, which looks okay, I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of like it. And I had a lot of fun posing him around, getting beat up and bloodied up and stuff, because man, that's when I really finally liked the character reading the manga. And I remember reading Shibuya for the first time. It honestly blew me away because I thought JJK was just a whatever type of deal. And then when I read that, I was like, all right, man, they know what they're doing, bro. This is fantastic. So it's honestly really cool to have this. But now this was really cool. So they finally announced that they were going to do a reissue of Shinjuku. And you already know your boy was going to be ready and at them. And of course I pre-ordered them. So now let's have a real review of the reissue of the Shinjuku kit. Now what I first want to say, this is really cool box art. This is actually really awesome, and I'm just kind of surprised how cool it looks. So let's take a closer look at it. Let's go. So here's just a front image of Yuji looking very determined and running up to us. On the side it says, "Just what do you think? ... On the back it says 66 eyes X the Toy Spot. You guys can follow him on Instagram. And then on the other side, finishing the sentence, you'll be able to do brat, which is what Sukuna's saying. And right here we have a picture of Yuji, which was when he was climbing up Jacob's ladder trying to follow Sukuna. Opening this up more, now we got some black flash type of lightning, which looks really cool. And then we can see all the goodies right here wrapped up nicely. Moving this to the side because I don't want to hurt it. We got 3 little Coke bags right here full of goodies. And just plastic wrap for more goodies. Can't wait to see more of that. Now let's see all the accessory the Shinjuku kit brings. 2 faceplates, his gauntlets, 5 pair of interchangeable hands, a black flash effect, and a piercing blood effect. Now that is a pretty good amount. Onto the first faceplate, you could just see how much they have improved the face printing, because this is way better than the Shibuya one, and I already like that face. And then the second one, even more bloodied up, and you can see the extra details. Wow, this is basically ripped off of the manga. Now taking a closer look at his gauntlets, I don't know if they're supposed to like look like this, but I don't think it was like painted all the way. It could look way worse, and I'm not gonna hate on it too much because it is doing the job, but it's whatever. Now you gotta take off Yuji's forearms just like so. It's kind of a little struggle, but nothing that I can't handle. Now you just have to slide it in there, and actually it slides in much easier than it did in the Shibuya kit, so that's a really big plus. And then do it for the other one right here, and now we just got to put his hands on him, you know what I mean? So he does come with fisting hands. Little side note, guys, that the peg is very loose, I'm not gonna lie, so little worried. Karate chopping hands, and the peg did fall off, so it is kind of broken, but I'm just gonna try to, you know, squeeze it back together. It works squeezing it back in. He comes with resting hands. He comes with really cool domain expansion hands. This is awesome right here, man. And it's just really cool to have because that's like the end game. So just showing off the peg that you could just put it back in place, so it's not the worst deal in the world. We do also have missing finger hands, and the reason why we have this is because Yuji cut it off so he could give it to Yuta, so Yuta could give it to Rika so she can eat it to learn Shrine. That is also why Yuta gave Yuji these gauntlets so he could hide this from Sukuna in the final battle. Now the gauntlets look great, I'm not gonna lie, but when posing them around, they be coming off so easily, which is very irritating, I'm not gonna lie. Now for effect pieces, we have a black flash, man, and this looks great. This, oh my god, the red and black is phenomenal. And now I don't gotta waste more money because I don't have the Figma one, which comes with black flash. And guys, black flashes are literally some of the hypest moments in the anime and manga. They always look great. Red and black are my favorite colors, and just it flashing around on the screen is so like, ah, you know what I mean? You just get hype, man. And in order to put on the black flash, you gotta just take off his hand, slip it in here onto the wrist, and then plug it with whichever hand, usually a punching hand, or it could be whatever, and then it's gonna stay on like so. Finally being able to pose around with the black flash was fantastic, man, just because who doesn't want to get like 3 black flashes in a row, you know what I mean? And it's so annoying that Bandai hasn't done it yet, but guess what, the toy spot here, guys, don't worry. Now for the last accessory is the piercing blood accessory, and this looks pretty good. It kind of looks like hard candy and you kind of want to chew on it, but guess what, it's gonna mess up your damn mouth. And it's super spiky, but it looks great. And piercing blood might be my favorite move because like Chozo's one of my favorite characters and he wanted all the smoke at the beginning of the damn anime, bro, so that was just really cool, and I'm finally glad we have it. Now problem, I don't know how to put it on, so I guess I'm just gonna have to use my blue sticky tag to put it on, and it was kind of really annoying. And now looking back, there were hands on it, so I'm missing that, and yeah, doing this was very frustrating, and it's super unfortunate because it was one of the things I was probably gonna pose around the most with, and it just keeps falling apart, and then the arms keep falling apart, and the articulation isn't good enough. So it's a combination of all that was making it really unenjoyable for me to enjoy my favorite effect piece, you know what I mean? It was probably the most anticipated thing that I wanted from this kit, so I'm assuming I'm just gonna DM bro and hopefully it works out. Now I don't want this review coming off as like super negative to the toy spot because this is all just like constructive criticism, and I hope they just improve and stuff. The gauntlets slide off way too easily, the wrist pegs are super loose, and I can't enjoy the piercing blood effect because I'm missing a whole piece. Do I regret buying this? Hell no, because guess what, they improved on the face sculpts, that looks amazing, the missing fingers look great, I've had a lot of fun posing around with the black flash, and the effect pieces look phenomenal, so it's not a complete loss. And again, all just constructive criticism because it's all love. Spoiler alert for Chainsaw Man fans, I will be buying the Gun Fiend kit from them, and again, this is no hate, I want to keep supporting because I just want to see them improve on stuff. If you guys want to support as well, go to their Instagram at thetoyspot12. They have a lot of amazing customs and things like that, so keep checking out. And thank you guys for watching all the way through, I really do appreciate that. Big shout out to all 1,957 of my subscribers. I love you guys all, and hopefully next video soon. Bye.